Welcome back to Manifest with Armine. My name is Armine and I am a law of attraction consultant. Okay, this video is for everybody because, like I've said before, and as you know, with law of attraction you can learn anything towards anything by hearing any part of it, because you can apply it towards what you are trying to transform in your life, even if it's actually about something else. But this is specifically for those of you who have either been commenting or just thinking these things, and not maybe commenting on my videos, but so if you're watching my videos, it's because you probably have accepted in some way or form that these truths are true. They're true truths. So you're interested in it because on some level you know that this is the nature of reality. Now, what happens when, though you are in that mindset, you might be asking me or yourself or other people who are teaching law of attraction, why is this certain thing happening? Why is this person ignoring me? Why is my promotion not coming? Why am I not winning the lottery? Why am I not feeling maybe better in physical well-being? Now, we ask ourselves that, and that's normal. Now, the thing is here, you have to pay attention to how often you're asking those questions, be it to me or to somebody else or to yourself. Because if you're asking those questions over and over, it's a clear indicator that this is what you're lingering on. And so the obvious answer to those questions is, well, the reason it's not happening right now is because you're still asking those questions, and you can't ask and receive in the same place. This is what we talk about when we say the old man, the new man. You must die to your old self, vibrationally. Like, you need to die to your old self in order to live that new version of yourself. You can't keep lingering on the past, on past experiences and past feelings, and expect new things to arrive. And I know it sounds crazy and it sounds illogical, irrational, but this is what it is. This is what it is. This is why it's so mysterious. The Bible and other texts, it's about like, oh, we have to just believe, we have to have faith. And this is what having faith is. It's not allowing yourself to be taken by doubt. It's just allowing it to happen for you, allowing what is here to show up for you. So if you keep asking these questions, or yourself or somebody else, then it's a clear reflection that you are so stuck in that feeling place of, why is this happening to me and what do I do to get out of it? That's like thinking just like you would think for maybe a math problem, when there's like a story and you have to figure out a math problem, or any other anything that needs a logical approach would need that approach. But we're talking about expansive life. We're talking about the way things are orchestrated in the universe, and that is not the way to approach something like this, because there's so many factors involved that our human mind is not created to understand how everything's going to happen, but it is created to be able to change our vibration and change our feelings and to observe our own. This is what metacognition is. Metacognition is something that we have as humans that other living things don't have. Metacognition is the ability to think about what we're thinking about. And I love it. I just love having this basic knowledge. And think about how basic this is. We have been given the ability to observe our thoughts, to think about what we think about. Why do you think we were given that ability? Why do you think we are born and put here, with that ability? Why? Because we're meant to do something with that, right? Are we meant to sabotage ourselves? You can if you want to, and it's okay, but you're going to suffer, and that's what hell on earth is when you keep yourself in torment. And what that is, by keeping yourself on not the same frequency as the thing you want to receive. So there is something that, again, I just made another video about something from Asking It Is Given, and this is again from Asking It Is Given. It's so basic, it's so beautiful, and if you take it for what it is and not let your emotions complicate it, then you will find all the solutions for yourself. Just let it help you. Let it help you without arguing for your limitations, okay? It says, you cannot continue to discuss, observe, and believe things the same way you always have and make changes in your point of attraction any more than you can set your radio dial to 6:30 a.m. and receive the broadcast from 101 FM. Your vibrational frequencies have to match. So that makes sense, right? That makes perfect sense. To me it does. I mean, and it's not just because I've been studying this stuff for so long or practicing it for so long or applying it for so long. It makes sense. Even if you're new at this, you cannot continue to discuss, observe, and believe things in the same way you always have and make changes in your point of attraction any more than you can set your radio dial to 6:30 a.m. and receive the broadcast for 101 FM. Your vibrational frequencies have to match. Do you see how when you keep asking, it's okay to ask questions, it's good to ask questions, but when you keep asking the same questions and you're not open to the answer because it just seems too woo-woo for you maybe, or it seems too intangible for you, then, or just too much for you to wrap your mind around, that's not true. You can wrap your mind around it. You can just do it. As illogical as it seems, allow yourself to feel good. Lift yourself up from the burden of insistence, from the burden of the hows. Like, just release those and let yourself feel good, at least for a few seconds, Even if you feel like you have to protect yourself, you can just allow yourself for 10 seconds to let go of that and breathe and feel good and easy and trust that it's coming. You can do that. You can practice that for at least 10 seconds. And guess what? After you do it for 10 seconds, it's going to be easier to do it for 10 seconds the next time. And it's going to be easier to do it for 20 seconds. And it's going to be easier to do it more often. And that becomes your normal. That becomes your habitual way of vibrating. That becomes a frequency that you're more often on. So when you're asking me questions now over and over about, especially telling me details like, okay, this person did this, now this person did this, now what does it mean? It doesn't matter. None of those things that the people do matter, because guess what? They're doing those things only as a reflection of your own vibration. That's it. That's the only reason they're doing that. Because when you match the frequency of what you want, that person, other people you won't be matched to it. It'll be just like they're broadcasting from they're broadcasting from 6:30 a.m. radio, and you're tuned into 101 FM. Because if you're aligned with what you want and you're on that frequency vibrationally, then you cannot possibly be treated in a way that is on a different frequency. And that takes, I think, I know I usually don't say things take time, because it's not about time, it's just more about vibrational alignment and the feeling of naturalness, but that generally takes us humans time to understand that, hey, you can let go of your grip and you can worry less, because you now understand that worrying and protecting yourself and constantly having your fists up to protect yourself isn't actually going to protect yourself the way you think. And the way to protect yourself from the things that you don't want in life is to align yourself with what you do want, because then that's the only thing that can reach you. So there's a really good video a friend of mine sent to me yesterday or the day before, and it's just basically the scientific backing of how we see what we want to see, and what's actually meant by that is we see what we are aligned to see, what our subconscious mind is aligned to see. So if you align your subconscious mind to see things that you want to see, then you will see what you want to see. And that's because our eyes and our mind choose to see certain things. Even though there's so many things around us, we only notice certain things. The question is, what are you noticing? Are you noticing the things that you want to see? Or are you noticing the things you don't want to see? And how are we feeling about those things when we see them? So if you're, I don't remember where I was with this, but yeah, if you're asking the same question over and over again, and it seems like a different question because you're saying, okay, now the person is doing this, or now financially I'm here, now I owe 4 bills instead of 3. What am I doing wrong? You think that it's something action-wise that you're doing wrong, but it's never action that's wrong. That's the logical answer, but you will never be easily guided to the right action if you're vibrationally misaligned from the thing that you are wanting to experience. So you must change your state of attraction, and you change your state of attraction by not responding the same way. You can't discuss, observe, and believe things in the same way. You cannot discuss a topic the same way that you used to. Specific person, people, you can't discuss it the same way. Get off those forums. Get off the forums. Like, really, get off the forums. You can't discuss it anymore. And even to update, like, oh, good thing happened, I got a text. Stop discussing it. It's not anybody's business anyway. It's really not anybody's business. And that might seem kind of rough, but because you're looking for emotional support, but exactly, find that emotional support within yourself, and that emotional support is by shifting your vibration. Don't look for support outside yourself, because as soon as you're looking, if you feel a need in a certain moment to feel support from outside, that is an indication that you are not supporting yourself from the inside, and you are not, whether you call it self-love or whatever you want to call it, because there are associations with phrases, and some people might think, oh, I love myself, I don't need self-love. But the point is, if you feel like you're not getting support for your emotional state, and that you need like some kind of support group or community to turn to, all that means is that on the inside, you are not allowing yourself to feel good, to feel supported, because the actual support that you're getting is from source. It's from source. And when people are kind to you in general, that's because you're aligned with source. And when people are not being kind to you, whether it's on a forum or the person you're trying to attract, or the money you're trying to attract, or the job you're trying to attract, or the health you're trying to attract, it's because you are not aligned with source. And that fluctuates. So it's not a constant thing, but it's in our hands to guide it. So instead of looking for outside support, instead of discussing these things with other people, just work on it in yourself. And you can say I'm working on it in myself, but I'm talking to other people about it. It's just gossip. It's just gossip. Anytime you're talking about anything with other people, even if it's about yourself, it's gossip. So, like, don't do it. It's like, you should know this, because as you're writing in forums, how are you feeling? All you're doing is confirming, I don't feel good. I don't feel good. I didn't get a text, or whatever. Even if it's, I got a text, like, really? That's not who you are though, right? You're the person who's already in that relationship. You're the person who already has this thing that you want. So why would you be reporting to somebody that you got a text? If you get the text, guess what happens? You think, yeah, got the text. You get texts from this person all the time, right? Because you're in a relationship with them. Why would you go and report to anybody that you got a text? Think about the naturalness of once you have to actually die to your old self, die to the old habits, die to the old way of thinking, die to the old discussions, the old observations, the old beliefs. Okay? Sometimes you need some tough love. I know I often need tough love, or I have in the past, and that's okay, because it's coming from somebody who knows that, it doesn't have to stay that way, and it can change so quickly. And it does. Test it out, you'll see. And even if it's a small change you see, acknowledge it, and then the changes will become bigger and bigger, or what seems bigger and bigger for you. And the rest of that quote that I wanted to read from Asking Is Given. It says, every emotion that you feel is about your alignment or misalignment with the energy of your source. It's exactly what I said, right? I didn't realize I was saying that, but yeah, it's written right here. Every emotion that you feel is about your alignment or misalignment with the energy of your source. Your emotions are your indicators of the vibrational variance between your physical being and your inner being. So your emotions are your indicators of the vibrational variance between your physical being and your inner being. So emotions are not vibration. We think sometimes we use the words interchangeably, but they're not. The emotion that you feel is the effect. It's the effect of how close or far you are vibrating with source or your inner being. Okay? Another long video. These videos always end up longer than I plan on making them because I could talk about this forever. So thank you for hanging on. If you'd like to see more about this, I guess let me know in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you didn't like it, click dislike. It's okay. And then yeah, subscribe please if you'd like to, if you want to be notified of future videos. Thank you and have a great day.